Happy February the 4th. The title for today from the quarterly, God's Changeless Character. God's changeless character. The scripture for today is found in Hebrews chapter 6, verse 17. However, before I read Hebrews 6:17, I have to tell you why. And I'm so happy, so very. What made my day today? Well, I just came from a visitation. I'm not a very good preacher, but I'm an excellent visitator. And I enjoy visiting people. Well, this time was Brother J and Brother S, two people. And when I came in to study the Bible with them, I discovered that they knew more than me. Unbelievable. One of them was writing a book about the shining path in Peru. So I had everything to tell him about my experience in 1985. That's why I'm happy. You know, sometimes I said, Lord, if I were to give up my last breath, help me to do it when I'm visiting. I want to go whenever I am doing my favorite task, activity. It's more than hobby. Pleasure. Visiting brothers. I have yet to visit somebody who's upset and continues being upset after my visit. It's blessing and laughter and joy and happiness. Now let's go to the Bible. So God has given both His promise and His oath. Underline the word oath. These two things are unchangeable because it is impossible for God to lie. Underline the word lie. Therefore, we who have fled to Him for refuge can have great confidence as we hold to the hope that lies before us. We have this as a sure and steadfast anchor of the soul. A hope that enters into the inner place behind the curtain. Oaths are what insecure, fallible human beings expect from sinful, fallible human beings in order to have confidence in a promise. There's a natural human tendency to be suspicious. Oaths are meant to add an extra layer of reassurance. Of course, if a person is fundamentally honest, then there's no purpose for such an oath or a vow. This is exactly why God chooses, at times, to use the concept of an oath when dealing with humanity. He just wants to make you feel more secure, more happy. In God's case, there can be nothing higher to swear on other than Himself. And, as the next verse will show, the facts of history and the nature of God provide two infallible proofs that His oaths are always reliable. According to the Bible, all believers are spiritual heirs of the promises made to Abraham. While we're not all physical heirs or part of the literal nation of Israel, we are part of the promises God made to that patriarch. The first part of this verse refers to two unchangeable things, which prove that God's oaths are absolutely reliable. One of these is the very nature of God. He's all-powerful. He cannot change. He cannot lie. Therefore, whatever He promises is absolutely certain. I'll finish with a story. The title of the story is The Shame of Johnny. The embarrassment of Johnny. He's only 6, kindergarten, 25 students. The teacher is sitting on the desk. And all of a sudden, the teacher bans everyone. None of you will be able to go to the restroom. You're going to wait 50 minutes. You are punished. You have not been behaving. So everybody's fearful. But Johnny wants to go to the restroom. And now he discovers he needs to wait 50. After 30, he has to go. After 40, he's really eager to go. At 45, he pees in his pants. And he looks at the whole lake under his desk. Nobody notices except him. And he sees all. When all of a sudden, in the middle of nowhere, little Sally looks at Johnny, looks on the ground, looks at him again. She runs to that fish bowl that is sitting right there, that fish bowl sitting on the desk. She grabs it and she runs towards Johnny and she trips on the floor. She lands on her chest. The bowl is all over. The water is all over. And the water mixes with the pee of Johnny. The teacher says, Johnny, I'm sorry for what happened to you. Sally, how dare you trip like that? Look what you've done. You've got your classmate all wet. Go back to your seat. You shouldn't be. You should be more careful carrying that fish bowl. The following day, Johnny says, hey, Sally, yesterday when I peed and there was a lake under my desk, did you trip on purpose? She said, yes. Why did you trip on purpose? Because I didn't want to see you embarrassed. I want people to put the blame on me. After all, I don't care. But why did you do that? Because I like you. I want to be your friend. Well, 2,000 years ago, we were ready to be shamefully killed. But Jesus took away that shame and took away that embarrassment. And he carried upon himself because he was willing to be shamed and embarrassed and ostracized and scourged and crucified so you can be happy. And if you say, Jesus, why did you do it? He's going to say, because I want to be your friend. May God bless you, and I will see you tomorrow.